Good morning! Welcome to the Startup Pitch Battle 2021 here at Digital Demo Day. It's so crazy to have all of you in this room. I think it's for most of us the first offline event of that size that we can attend since 1.5 years or so. So it's very, very, very good to see you. But also, hi to everyone who's online. My name is Anna-Lena Kümpel. I'm your moderator and timekeeper for the pitch battle today. Let's go through the rules quickly. I can't see my slides. Can anyone see them? I need some help from the tech. Okay, anyways, let's get through this. We have 4 semi-final rounds today. In every round, 4 startups will pitch in front of the jury, and the jury will pick a winner. And the winners will pitch in the finals this afternoon for 3,000 euros, sponsored by NRW Bank. This is the lineup for today. We have 16 startups and 20 jury members planned. The DigiHub team selected them all very, very well, so there is a lot coming up today. Every startup has 4 minutes to pitch, and after that, 2 minutes to answer questions from the jury. So let's start with the first semi-final round of the Pitch Battle 2021. Ingo Stefes is leaving sick today, sadly, so all the best to his home. But we still have 3 jury members left, and I will introduce them to you. The first is Jana Kalbfleisch. Jana is a great startup expert, and she's a startup and innovation manager at StartPort, an accelerator and incubator for logistics startups. We have Björn from the TechVision Fund in Aachen, and we have Tappen, a founder himself and chairman of StartupDorf, a local startup network here in Duesseldorf. Please welcome the jury with the first offline applause they had for 1.5 years. Okay, so I will make the stage free for our first startup now. It's Scantrust, and Scantrust helps companies to turn their products and packaging into a direct connection to their customers. Please give a big hand for the first founder on stage today. Welcome, Ricardo Garcia from Scantrust.
It's amazing to be on the stage again and not have to ask if you can all see my screen. So I can't see the slides. Can I get started? Okay. So it's an honor to kick things off today and talk about how we can make industrial supply chains safer and more digital. Let's start with the problem. German industrial companies generate over 80% of their revenue via exports, and over 70% of those exports are outside of the EU. That inevitably creates a really complex supply chain with a lot of distribution tiers, importers, exporters, resellers, and so on. And that creates a set of challenges. Fake products can enter your supply chain, with people taking advantage of your brand. Gray market activity can occur. Your products end up in markets where you don't want them to be sold. And the industrial company never gets in direct contact with the professional end user, the mechanic or technician that uses your product. It is, however, that technician that frequently is a very important influencer when it comes to reorders, recommendations of your product, feedback, and brand loyalty. We started Scantrust to solve these challenges. We focus on 2 business outcomes. We generate a unique code for each product in your supply chain. That unique code is copy-proof and lives as a digital identity as part of your product directly on product packaging. That code has a special graphic at the center. With that graphic, any end user can verify with his smartphone that the code is authentic at any moment in time with a simple smartphone scan. It's a machine learning-based technology that we invented and patented. Since each code is unique, you can use the exact same code to also track your product in your supply chain and check if there are any anomalies and suspicious patterns happening in your supply chain. And you can also use the exact same code to establish a direct communication channel with the mechanic, for example, via a loyalty program or marketing information, and give that mechanic specific product instructions, product recommendations, fact sheets that make his or her job easier. Each scan is also a data point that is captured in our platform and can be used to generate insights on your supply chain and analyze specific patterns. That solution is in production with a dozen industrial customers like Clarios, DuPont, Syngenta, ExxonMobil all around the world. And some of these clients have seen a sales uptick of up to 30% after implementation of our technology due to the improved communication with the professional end user. I'd like to conclude and make things tangible with a small demonstration on a globally exported crop protection product. So let's say I'm a farmer and I have a crop protection product. I scan the code that is on the label and I immediately get some specific information that is relevant to me about this product, like fact sheets or maybe loyalty points, marketing information, instruction videos. This experience for the professional end user can be customized to the type of end user you are dealing with, and it's very flexible. In a second step, this end user can now check if the product is real or fake and confirm its authenticity. The user gets some instructions on how exactly to do that. He needs to open his phone camera in the browser directly without any app, and then take a picture of the code. This picture is submitted to our backend, and our machine learning algorithm analyzes it, and after a few seconds tells you directly, yes, this is a genuine product, you can go ahead and you can use it. In the background, in our cloud-based platform, we just captured that individual scan, and we can visualize it on a map, so you see which phone was used, which product was scanned, all in a GDPR-compliant and anonymized way. And we have a set of algorithms in the background that continuously analyze these scans and check if there's suspicious patterns, such as one code is scanned in 10 countries at the same time, which is an indication for fakes and for gray market. So to conclude, if you're a product manager in an industrial company that exports globally, come to the stand number 23. I'd love to exchange some thoughts and share some experiences. Enjoy the conference, and thank you.
Thank you, Ricardo. You need to stay here for 2 more minutes.
Sure.
We have 2 minutes of time for questions. So the jury, please make sure to ask your questions quickly, and you try to answer on point.
Quick and
Jana, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do have a question. So I didn't see any KPIs there. So how many products did you already tag with a QR code, and how many are you tracking at the moment?
Approximately 200 million around the globe.
Wow. Amazing. Thanks.
Hans. You can talk.
Okay, here I am. So, thank you very much. Great pitch. Can you please explain something about your revenue model? Where's the money?
Sure. It's based on 3 components. So there's an annually recurring software fee for the platform you saw. Then there is a small fee for each unique QR code that you generate, which is in the subsend area. And then there is a one-time implementation fee for the project rollout that we work together on with the customers. So it's around 20% professional services, 80% annually recurring revenue.
Thank you.
Björn.
All right, thank you very much, Ricardo. My question is concerning the real core technology of your solution, because what you offer looks like a lot of solution. You have an advanced QR code and a platform for shipment and support, live support, and so on. So what is your core technology and your real USP?
So the deep tech part, the core tech of it, and the patented USP is the secure graphic at the center of the code. And that graphic works according to a principle of printing. So every time you print something, there's a natural degradation in quality. That graphic maximizes that degradation so that an original print only has around 60% of the quality of the image in our backend. If someone fakes it, they scan it, they only start at 60% of the quality, and then they have to reprint it. In this reprint, there is again a 20 to 30% degradation, and that is something that our algorithm can detect. And that's like the USP and deep tech part of it.
Nice, thank you.
Okay, we have 4 seconds left. I think that's not enough for another question. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Our next startup is Dexter Health. And Dexter Health uses the power of voice assistants to assist nurses. Welcome, Mark Magulan from Dexter Health.
Everybody. Test, test. Can you hear me? Awesome. So that's next. Yeah, so hello everybody. Hello Jana, Hans and Björn. Where does it go? Oh, there are some slides I have to skip. All right. I could finish your slides maybe. I could try. All right, hi everybody. My name is Mark, and I'm the founder of Dexter. So in the next 4 minutes, I will take you into the future of healthcare. But before we jump into the future, let's look at the present. So this is Nurse Susan. She's overworked and understaffed, and the following scenario is waiting for her in the hospital. It's ringing in room number 1, 2, and 3. She walks into room number 1 and asks, "What's up?" The patient says, "Susan, can I have a coffee?" All right, she gets a coffee, brings the coffee, walks into room number 2. In room number 2, a patient says, "Susan, can you open the window?" All right, she opens the window, and then she walks into room number 3. "Oh snap, there's a patient, he's laying on the floor, he hurt himself." Well, don't worry, Susan is a professional, she calls her colleagues, she helps the patient, situation solved, that's not a problem. Time passes by, and then she gets angry. She's like, "Why didn't I have more information that the patient who's lying on the floor in room number 3 is more important than the patient in room number 1 who wants the coffee?" Second, she says, "Why do I have to run back and forth for a coffee?" And lastly, she says, "Why do I as a nurse even care about coffee?" Good question, Susan. We have solved those questions for you. Welcome to the future of healthcare. This is Dexter. Dexter is a smart speaker. You can imagine it as like an Amazon Alexa product, and we put it into hospitals and nursery care homes. So this is a sketch of a hospital. We put it into the patient room, and the patient might say, "Hi Dexter, can I have a coffee?" We take the message, transcribe it to text, and send it to the right person. So this message might be sent to a service assistant. "Hi Dexter, can somebody open the window?" And maybe the intern will come. "Help, I hurt myself." And the phones start shaking and ringing, and everybody knows, oh, let's take a look. What's the problem with them? So we send the right information to the right person every time. So, but that's only part of our solution, and that was a deep dive. So what you can see, those are our other parts of our solution. On the left side, we have the basic model. I did a deep dive into the communication part, but also there's a documentation part. Nurses, if they clean a patient, they will just say, "Hi Dexter, I cleaned the patient." Done. We take the documentation, put it into the existing software, and that's it. You don't document anymore. So afterwards, we provide add-ons and data analysis. So some people might even ask for translation software, data analysis, quality management, a messenger. And lastly, we will also open up our ecosystem, and so other developers might develop products for us. And that also kind of explains our business model. So we are focused on B2B. We are selling to hospitals and nursery care homes. Our basic model is a platform as a service. Hospitals pay per quarter or per year to get our hardware and software. Second, existing customers get an upselling. So we ask them, "Do you want additional software, like translation software?" And third, we open up our marketplace so other developers join us and make our product even better. And the market is huge. In Germany alone, it is 750 million euros annual recurring revenue. In Europe, 2.75, and in globally, 27.5. And that's based on a bottom-up analysis by us. Who are we? Well, my co-founder, his name is Aaron. He's our CTO, AI specialist, has a degree in automation engineering, did research on smart speakers, and consulted big industry partners. I myself am a medical doctor. I have experience with managing NGOs, international NGOs, and research experience on artificial intelligence in healthcare. And what have we done so far? We developed an MVP, have a research grant by the German Ministry of Research and Education, are now doing clinical tests, and next we will also look for some funding. And if you want to do more for healthcare and more for nurses than just clap, well, you know who to vote for.
Thank you so much. I take this. We have some sound here. I don't know where it's coming from. Do we have any question? We have a 2 minutes Q&A, so short questions and on-point answers. We start with Björn this time. Okay, we can also start with Hans.
I don't know who has the first and best question. I have no idea. But so I see you're in the beginning. What are the crucial and the next big steps for the next 6 months?
So right now we are in the testing in nursery care homes specifically. Meanwhile, we have a research project in the hospitals running. So what we are doing is we need more feedback to make the product I showed you even better and more specific for nurses. So right now we are looking, we have testing customers, but next we are starting to do with our sales. So we didn't start the sales yet. That's the next step.
Okay, thank you.
Jana, you already have a mic.
Yeah, so thanks for the pitch. I have a question regarding the patients.
Yes.
So how do you educate them that they can really use it and that they don't see it coming, that their need is the highest priority?
Yeah, really good question. So our product is focused for nurses. It's actually not for patients, it's for nurses. So we give it to nurses and they are the multipliers. So they want less work. So when the patient goes and has a request, they are educating the patients like, can you do it this way because this will make my life easier. And that's our target, to make nurses' life easier and they will educate the patients.
Perfect, thank you.
Björn.
Right, also, thank you from my side, Mark. My question is regarding really entering the information into the KISS, so the hospital information system. Is this really already possible, and or otherwise do you know what's ahead of you to get this done?
Yeah, good question with the hospital information system, the KISS. So right now, we don't have an API yet, so we are testing with some robotic process automation to kind of like hack into the systems a bit. On the other side, we are also starting to talk with existing software platforms, so we can get those APIs to integrate with existing software infrastructure, so that's on our roadmap.
Thank you so much. 3 seconds left, so.
Any questions?
Perfect. Thank you, Mark Magulan.
Thank you, everybody.
Our next startup is Hansa Robotics, and they build intelligent service robots for different cases. Let's see what's behind, and welcome the founder, Mohamed Mahdi.
Thank you. So, good morning. Yeah, slides is on. Okay. So, what if any one of us couldn't be here today? What if you couldn't make it to here? Like you have some difficulties, you couldn't make the visa, the traveling issues, or anything. What would be the situation? How you'd feel about that? I'm sure there is a lot of like online audience right now who are streaming this and would like to have better experience of streaming, or at least like being here among us, going through the exhibition from booth to another, talking to the people, and have experiences with that. And that's why we thought about what we called the hyper reality. But what's hyper reality and what's that to make with robotics? Like robotics is totally different. So that's where our vision is coming from. Robots as a product is available everywhere. Especially the mobile robots right now, they are becoming more booming. You can order them online, you can configure them, you can use them at your place, at your home. You are using the router, the vacuum, and all these stuff are mobile robots. But the question is like how you will integrate this as a business, as a small or medium business, to integrate such robots into your system. This is the question. This is really a struggle for the small business to do that. And this is the future, because people right now, because like the pandemic and what was going on, are not capable and freely moving like before. So that's what makes us before like thinking about introducing robot as a service. So instead of getting the robot as a product and struggle with it, we are providing you the robot as a service, so the robot, the hardware, and the solution itself. And because of the new reality, the new normal we are living, we thought about the solution for that, the hyper reality. So why Hansi, or why Hansa actually? So because we have our hyper cloud, so you can develop your application, or actually we can help you develop your application. You can work with this application on your cloud or our cloud. You can use it also locally. IoT platforms, because the sections or the sectors we are targeting are different sectors and have different needs. So some of them are retail, exhibitors like elderly homes and so on. So we used our IoT platform, the designed IoT platform, to connect our robots all together and to give them more capabilities about scanning the environment, having some vision about the inventory, the numbers of products, or the number of items you are in need. The security. So we, as a business, a small or a medium business, you are really keen to know what's the security. So you have problem with the security, you have problem with the integration such service, so we are providing you also the security service. Modular platform because the robots cannot be one shape, cannot be one purpose. There are many or multi-purpose of the robots. So we're also providing a modular platform of these robots when you can change the shape of the robot, you can change the function of the robot based on your needs. And the fleet management, of course, because maybe you need to integrate more than one robot into your warehouse, into your retail, into your elderly home or something like this. So we are providing you the fleet management, so you can control more than one robot in the house. And at the end, hands-on robot. So hands-on robot, when we were designing this robot, we were looking into like this, the hardware is meeting also the software capabilities. So on the right side, I believe, yeah, the right side, you see the telecontrol, the video call, the personalized interaction. So the robot is capable of doing more functions. And on the left side, you see the specification of the robot's components, the mobile application, so you can use it easily. And we packed our robots with the most advanced components. And the use cases at the end is like, the use cases are many use cases. We have the retail, the shopping. So what if you right now you like to go to one of the shops, there is a discount, you want to see this item, you want to have some personal experience with the retailer, so you can go there, access the robot remotely, and you can then have a conversation, have a walk in the retail, and also have an experience of being in the place. And that's what we call the hyper reality.
I have to interrupt you at this point. Thank you so much for your pitch. Let's go to the Q&A.
Sorry.
As always, short questions and on-point answers. Jana, do you have a question?
Yes, of course. I would like to know with what kind of sector you want to start to go into the market, because there are multiple ways that you can use the robot, but what do you focus on first?
Yeah, what we were focusing on is like this, the first use case is the retails, because we noticed like during the pandemic, it was a really struggle for the small and business retails to have interaction or like some experience with the customers. So the robots was keen designed for these retails, that you have a robot at the place, and then the customer can access it like through the web service. They can have a walk, control the robot, walk from a section to another, have a conversation or a small talk with the retailer, and then you can also have an experience of how it looks and what's the material and such things.
Okay, thank you.
Hans. No, Björn's first. Okay.
Thanks, Mohammed. One question again concerning your core competency or your core technology. Are you more a tech developer or a service provider for setting up an army of robots?
Yeah, actually we were like, it was a real question at the beginning. It was a struggle for us, but we were focusing on both sides, on the hardware and the software, and we like packing some capabilities of our experiences in this section. So we are developing the software side, or we call it the platform, and we're also designing and manufacturing the robot. And today you can visit us on the booth number 65 to see the prototype of our robot, and also have some access to the web service that we are providing the service on.
Okay, Hans, question for the last 30 seconds.
How many team members, and what is the background?
Right now we have on the Robotics side, we had like 6 team members, and on the developing for the security and the platform, we have I think like 8 to 10 members, if I'm included.
Okay, thank you so much for your pitch. Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you, that's nice.
We're already coming to the last startup for the first semi-final round. It's Kauz, and they develop linguistics-based chatbots. I'm interested in what's behind, so let's welcome Dr. Thomas Rüdel for Kauz. Enjoy.
So, hello, yes, I'm Thomas Rüdel, I'm founder and CEO of Kauz. Sorry. And we're leading conversational AI to the next level by helping to build chatbots and voice bots that actually understand what humans say. Yeah, and this is directly the problem definition. Digital assistants are becoming a part of our life, yeah? And 2 of the 3 presentations that we have just seen testify to that. Yeah? But some of the initial challenges still remain and remain very important. Yeah? Bots still don't understand enough what humans say. Their training can be quite challenging. And once you have trained them and want to change them or maintain them, it can become really, really difficult because they are based on a cloud, statistical correlations. And once you touch that, everything can fall apart and you can start anew. This is the problem we solve. We solve it by building an NLU engine that has built-in language understanding. And built-in means not just words and concepts and grammar, but also everyday usage of language across industries, in different functions, in different conversational situations. Yeah? And because it's built in, it becomes, of course, very easy to build chatbots with it, but it also becomes very easy to reuse it and to change it and to maintain it. And you can just take parts of it and replicate it and then adjust them slightly. Or you can expand them further. Yeah? So it's reusable, it's expandable, and it also remains explainable. It's not a black box. Does this actually work? Yes, it does. Yeah? We've built it for 5 years now, continuously expanded it, and studies prove it. This is a study by the Institute for Commercial Business at the University of Aalen and comparing 13 chatbots across the financial services industry in Germany, according to how many questions they actually answer helpfully. Yeah? And the top 4 are all from Kauz. Yeah? And the difference is not small, it's 20 percentage point difference. And they also illustrate the power of reusability. These are not just chatbots, for toy projects. The chatbot project for the savings banks is the largest in Germany. These are actually, it's a family of 120 chatbots built around a common core. And they lead 250,000 conversations per month. And they answer 75% of questions without human interference. They are easily expandable too, because you can add your own database to them. And then these databases are accessed through the NLU engine and the search engine. And queries are pre and post processed. So you actually get the most relevant results. Maybe 3 ranked by relevance and not 70 seemingly randomly collected. Now, how does this approach compare to our competitors? And there is quite a bit of competition in the market and quite strong competition. But most of them focus around building a wrapper, an editorial wrapper really, around a statistical engine. And they are quite strong in adding self-service to it and workflow enabling and things like that. Whereas our strength has always been in content management, NLU, and linguistic services. But we're now going to the next step. We're now adding self-serviceability to the NLU engine, and workflow enabling. And as a result, as you can see on the right-hand side, we think this becomes a very, very powerful proposition, a self-service platform for conversational AI with all the built-in language understanding and replicability. How do we sell this? We have some very distinguished individual clients, like, for example, DM or insurance companies like Deutsche Familienversicherung. But our core is selling through partners. We call them industry solution providers. People who build bots for whole industries or groups of companies or use cases, because that's what really the sweet spot is and where the reusability really applies. And we have a team.
Have to stop you at this point.
50 years of experience in all disciplines. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I was never ignored more kindly. Thanks. Let's start with a Q&A. 2 minutes. Jana, do you have a question?
Yes, of course, I have a question. Thank you for the pitch. So we have seen quickly the slide where you have implemented it. How many people are using it daily? So what is a KPI, a number of daily users?
That depends a lot on the case, really. I think the highest frequency users are people at DM, where it's used for internal users. Basically, every employee is 40,000 employees, and we have about between 3,000 to 5,000 questions every day. The whole internal support is organized through this. And then, as you see, across the savings banks, we have I think it's about 10,000 questions per day, but it's spread across more banks. And then some smaller customers have like 50 or 100. So it's really a big range.
Okay, thank you.
Hans.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. Very interesting, and I know your company. But what I'm interested now is your sales cycle? How long does it take? And what is the integration part? How long does it take in this section? And the last one in this category, how many clients do you want to reach in the next 5 years?
Okay, so sales cycle really varies a lot, which is, I think, just the case in B2B. Sometimes it's, say, 3-4 months, it is very fast. Sometimes it's 2 years. People you meet today, you meet again in 2 years, and then they are ready to buy. Yeah? So it varies a lot. But as I said, most of our focus is on partners, and we are going a lot through talking to system integrators now, and similar groups of people, say, because we want them actually to use our platform. Yeah? And through this approach, I think the numbers of people we are going to reach in the next 5 years, I think, is going to be between 10 and 100,000. That's basically my best guess. Yeah? Of course, the big numbers come from small companies.
Okay, time's up, so you need to come to the end, please.
We're doing a project for craftsmen, for artisans, and that's going to big numbers. And then there's one big enterprise. So it's really a mixture.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.